Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are on to the fourth video of biomolecules, and in today's session we will be talking about disaccharides. So we'll be covering sucrose, maltose, lactose, their structural aspects. So please watch the video till the end. Right? So we are starting with sucrose, children. Sucrose. We know what are disaccharides. Disaccharides are those which on hydrolysis give two monosaccharides. So what is each disaccharide? Which two monosaccharides are there in it? If we know that, we know the structure for the disaccharide also. Like sucrose is a disaccharide which is having alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. These are the two monomers which are present in sucrose. So we have learned the structures of glucose and fructose in the previous videos. So if we draw their structures, then we can also draw the structure for sucrose. So first we will draw, children, alpha D glucose, right? So what was alpha D glucose? We have drawn like this. It was pyranose like structure. To watch the complete structure for this, how we have drawn it, please watch my previous videos of biomolecules. The lower part we darken it, right? And then all these corners we draw lines, right? And then we will draw here, alpha we are drawing, that means it will be H, this will be OH. We can number these carbon atoms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sixth carbon atom is here, CH2OH and H. If you remember that, whatever things were on the left hand side in the Fischer projection are above, right? So we'll complete the remaining things. H, OH, only on the third carbon atom OH is on the top, rest all OH are down, right? This will be H and OH. Which is the structure, children? We have drawn it earlier. If we are writing the complete name, we wrote it like that: alpha D plus glucopyranose. This was the structure we have drawn. So we'll draw this alpha glucose structure first on the top, right? And just below that, we are going to draw this beta D fructose. Even this we have drawn in the previous video. In the third video of biomolecules, we have done the structure, right? So what we are doing, this is structure like, furan. So what we will do, we will draw like this. The lower part, we are darkening it slightly. Just move it slightly on the top. This part, we are darkening it slightly because this part is facing us, right? So beta, we have to draw the sixth carbon. We can number them first, right? This is 6 carbon, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. 1 is here, CH2OH. And this was OH. This is beta we have drawn, right? And this is OH. Only on the third carbon atom OH was on the top. This how it is coming, you can watch the previous video, right? H, OH and H. So we have drawn, this is, children, beta. Beta D, it's levorotatory fructofuranose. This is the complete name, right? Now, between first carbon atom and second carbon atom, first carbon atom of glucose and second carbon atom of fructose, there is a linkage. There is a linkage. That means if you remove water molecule from here, how we remove the water molecule? Say if I remove this H and OH, if I remove this H and OH from here, means water I have removed. If I remove water from here, what structure will I get? I will draw it and show you. I'll draw the structure besides it only so that you follow properly. O. This is as such. Now this only O is left. So I will just draw H on the top. Here I will draw CH2OH. I'm just copying this structure, children, here. So do not get confused at all. It is very, very simple. But only thing is you practice these structures on your own once. Right? So this I've drawn. I will also copy the lower structure. Below that I will copy the lower structure. That is fructose structure. Right? So this part I'll darken it slightly. I am just going, this is CH2OH, children. I think I forgot to make it here. CH2OH. So this is CH2OH. This is H. This is H and OH. This is OH, H. This was, at the bottom there was CH2OH, which I have copied. This OH has gone and this H has gone as water. So what is left over between them? There is only one oxygen left over here. This is linked together. Yeah, I'm just putting it in the center. This is left over now, children. Yeah, this is sucrose structure. This is sucrose structure. Right? This is the structure for sucrose now. What are the two monomers in it? This is glucose, alpha D glucose. This one is fructose. If I hydrolyze it, if I break this from here, H and OH will be there. That means you are getting these two monomers, right? So sucrose has, between, if I want to write, I will write like that. There is a linkage between C1 of alpha D glucose. This C1 of alpha D glucose links with what? It is linking second carbon atom. So we'll write C2 of beta D fructose. The linkage between C1 and C2, C1 of alpha D, this is very, very important. C1 of alpha D, C2 of beta D. You cannot interchange. You cannot have C2 of alpha and C1 of fructose. Yeah, it has to be for alpha D glucose C1, that is first carbon atom, and second carbon atom of fructose getting linked together. This linkage which is formed here, which I have shown you here, this linkage which is formed here is called as glycosidic linkage. It is called as glycosidic linkage. It is called as glycosidic linkage. So what is glycosidic linkage? It's a linkage between two monosaccharides. In case of sucrose, we will say it's a linkage between C1 of alpha D glucose and C2 of beta D fructose. Clear? So I have just shown you how this is the complete structure for sucrose. You can pause it and draw. And these are the two monomers in it. This is the linkage between the C1 of alpha D glucose and C2 of beta D fructose, and the linkage is called as glycosidic linkage. Right? Now, another thing which is very, very important, I have to tell you here. Sucrose, this I wrote here. Sucrose is forming these two things, right? If we move it down, sucrose is dextrorotatory. It is dextrorotatory. But after hydrolysis, it is forming dextro, glucose and levofructose. So it's forming two. Yes. So the levo rotation of the fructose is by, levo means we represent with the minus sign. It's minus 92.4 degree. Right. And the dextro rotation is by 52.5. 52.5 degree. That means when this is sucrose after hydrolysis, it is giving levo component, which is rotating the light towards left hand side by this angle, and the dextro part is rotating towards right hand side by 52.5. So which component is more? We know the levo component is more. The levo component is more. So we can say after hydrolysis, it is forming more of a levo component. That means there is a rotation from dextro to levo. The overall rotation is from dextro to levo, because the mixture overall is said to be levo rotatory. The mixture overall is said to be levo rotatory. That is why we say, we also call this as invert sugar. We also call this as invert sugar. Got it? You are getting a mixture of dextro and levo. So the product is having more of the levo component. So the product so formed is also called as invert sugar. It is also called as invert sugar. Did you follow that? It's a very, very important question asked, Sucrose, which is dextrorotatory, on hydrolysis forms two components. Alpha D glucose, which is dextrorotatory, and beta D fructose, which is levorotatory. The levo component is more. Therefore, the product is called as, invert sugar. Clear? So with this we have completed with sucrose. This is the complete structure. Now I will explain the next disaccharide. Now we are doing maltose. Maltose, we should know first, maltose has 2 alpha D glucose. That means 2 alpha D glucose molecules are linked together. How they are linked, we will discuss. I have drawn the structures beforehand just to save time. This is alpha D glucose. This is another alpha D glucose. First thing, children, I told you, you need to number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how is the linkage? First we should know this. C1 of 1 alpha D glucose links with C4 of another alpha D. How? This is C1 of 1 alpha D linking with C4. So I have made them side by side for that reason. Then the previous structure you must have seen I have drawn one above the other because that 2 and 1 should be facing each other. So now this is 1 alpha D, this is another alpha D. So between C1 and C4, I have drawn first, there are 2 simple monosaccharides. Then we will remove water molecules. If I remove this water molecule, this H and OH, H and one H will be removed. So let me draw here. I will remove this side water. Okay. This water is removed. This O is retained. This is not removed. Some slightly darkening so that you do not get confused. This water has been removed. This O is left behind. So that means between these two alpha Ds, there will be a linkage between them through O. Okay. So that I will draw separately and explain. So now I'll show you after removing the water molecule, this will be left behind. You can see here between them, I have removed that water. I'm just showing with this O now. It's the same thing. You can just compare, children. It is the same thing. I've just removed that water molecule and I have just linked them through this O. This O which is there in between two, this is alpha D glucose, this is alpha D glucose. There are 2 alpha D glucose linked by C1. This is first carbon atom which was numbered here. This is the 4th carbon atom. So 1 and 4 linkage, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how you number it. Always from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This linkage is also called as glycosidic linkage. This is also glycosidic. What is glycosidic linkage, children? Between 2 monosaccharides, if there is a linkage that is through O, it is called as alpha glycosidic linkage. Clear? This is the structure of what, children, we have drawn just now? We have drawn the structure of maltose. Is it clear? Now, another very, very important thing I have to discuss. Now, let us check whether maltose is a reducing sugar or not. Children, we have studied in the previous videos that glucose has aldehyde group on the first carbon atom. Right? So the first carbon atom is linked of 1 alpha D glucose. For the second one, the first carbon atom is free. So if the first carbon atom of glucose is free, then it is a reducing sugar. And for fructose, the ketone group was present on the second carbon atom. So if the second carbon atom of fructose is occupied, then it is a non-reducing sugar. So let us first talk about maltose. In maltose, the first carbon atom is contains CHO. Actually, if we have seen this open chain structure, yes. So for the first glucose, it is occupied. For the second glucose, this is free. So we can say that maltose is a reducing sugar. Maltose is a reducing sugar. right? Okay, did you follow that? Let me show you glucose and fructose structure so that you remember that. I hope. Just see, in glucose we said the first carbon atom is CHO. That is, the first carbon atom is active. And in fructose, the second carbon atom was CO, ketone. So if in disaccharides or polysaccharides, if in disaccharides the first carbon atom of glucose is free, if for any glucose molecule, not even if one, and for fructose, if the second carbon atom is free, then we will say it is reducing. If it is occupied, means it is linked together through some linkage, then it will be a non-reducing sugar. That is why we are saying that maltose is a reducing sugar, because for at least second glucose, that C first carbon atom is free, right? So let us see what was there for sucrose, children. We have drawn this for sucrose, right? In sucrose, this is C, first carbon atom of glucose, and the second carbon atom of fructose. Both are occupied. This is what we have written here. This is what we have written. C1 of alpha D glucose links with C2 of beta D fructose. So both are occupied. 1 and 2 both are occupied. So we will say that the sucrose is, a non-reducing sugar. Sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. It's non-reducing sugar. So sucrose is non-reducing and maltose is a reducing sugar. Okay. Now we will take lactose. Which are the two monosaccharides in lactose? They are beta D galactose and beta D glucose. These are the two monosaccharides in it. So we have not studied galactose till now, but we have studied this beta D glucose. So first we will draw beta D glucose structure on the right hand side. Clear? So what was beta D glucose, children? We will draw it. This was pyranose like structure we are drawing. 6-membered ring with one heteroatom oxygen. We'll draw all these as lines. This is CH2OH. We know that. This is H. This is H, OH. Third carbon atom OH is on the top. And this is OH as such. And for beta, this is OH. On the top is OH and the bottom is H. This is, children, beta D glucose structure. Okay. And what is beta D galactose? It is exactly like this, but only the differences of the fourth carbon atom. Let me number these carbon atoms first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms are there, right? And what is beta D galactose structure? Children, it is the same structure. If you know beta D glucose, we know the galactose also. You draw everything, but for the fourth carbon atom, the things are opposite. That's it. That is galactose structure, right? So this is as such, OH. This is H, H, OH, OH, H. This is OH. That's it. The fourth carbon atom, the things are reverse than beta D glucose. That is galactose structure. And this is exactly the same, CH2OH and H. So what is the linkage? First I will explain it to you. I've just covered that maltose structure so that you do not get confused, Yeah. So the linkage is, we'll number this also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We always number, clockwise, right? So C1 of galactose. So what is it? C1 of beta D galactose links with C4 of beta D glucose. That's it. So what is it? Now this OH and this H will lose, water molecule. This will come out as water. When this comes out as water, what will be left in between them? Only O. That will be, glycosidic linkage. Right. Now you just see here whether this is reducing or not reducing. Just think over it. For the first beta D galactose, the first carbon atom is occupied. But for the second beta D glucose, first carbon is free. It is not linked to anything. Therefore, it is a reducing sugar. It is a reducing sugar. Clear? If the first carbon atom of glucose and the second carbon atom of fructose is free, it will be a reducing sugar. Is this clear? Now we'll draw the structure again and show you what is lactose. This is the structure, children. You will get it. Just see here. It's the same thing. I've just removed water. So now what is left over? O in between. This H will be on the top. This H will be down. You can see here. Here. This is galactose structure. Sorry, a lactose structure. This is lactose structure. So out of the 3 disaccharides which we have studied, only one is non-reducing sugar. Which one? That is sucrose. Is it clear? So what you will write? What is lactose? Lactose has C1 of beta D galactose linked with C4 of beta D glucose. Through what? Through glycosidic linkage. What is this linkage called, children? It is glycosidic linkage. Is it clear? I hope you have understood all the disaccharide structures properly, right? Please practice these structures once again by drawing it in your own copy, right? Thanks for watching.